Hello, the Gentleman Gamer here, and today we're playing EVE Online on the test server. And TCP announced some new changes coming to Black Ops battleships and the Covert Ops frigates about a week ago, give or take. And I was thinking maybe it might be worth making a video, because by the time I make the video and put it out, it might be live already. So I waited. And good thing I waited, because they've been tinkering with it since people have been talking about it and things they should change and add. So good thing I waited, but haven't gone live yet. So I'm assuming since Sunday now, it's Father's Day. Happy Father's Day as well for everyone. By the time it's out, it'll be Monday, but maybe by tomorrow, by Monday, maybe they'll be live already. But oh well. I really wanted to make a video on this, so. They changed. We're going to talk about both, but we'll talk about the Black Ops battleships. But my experience with them is a lot less than the exploration Covert Ops frigates. But I've been hearing a lot of people talk about it, and I think I have a pretty good idea on, because everything I've heard about them was the positive. Changes are great. They've added a bunch of new utility to them, some more DPS straight up. And I think in general these are very positive. The only thing I've heard negative while talking to or hearing people talk about these changes is that Black Ops pilots are complaining about lack of targets, which is a different problem. The actual bonus on the ship are great, they said, but lack of targets. So it is summertime, so the activity is going to dip like it usually does. But I also think scarcity is taking a toll. Less worth going out there and farming the fields, so less targets to attack. So maybe that'd be a different thing TCP can tackle next. But in general, this ship, the Sin, we'll take a look at some of the changes to this. It's a pretty interesting ship. It's pretty popular when it comes to hunting. I've seen a lot of these try to kill me, but it didn't lose these. Some of the this bonus here, what it had about ship velocity bonus while cloaking, this got rolled into the hull. So it's pretty much when you have this hull now, it doesn't matter what level of skill's at. This actual bonus now is rolled into the hull completely. So it's like a passive now. So you get this no matter what. So that's cool. So they left that in there, so they didn't nerf it, and they added, I think it was the logistic drones transfer. I'm also not sure which one of these they added. I actually never seen a Sin that had blasters attached to it, so I'm not sure if that's a thing. I've seen them attack with drones, though. But they added this logistic drone transfer, which is kind of interesting. I'm not sure how much they'll use it, because most of the time I've experienced being dropped on. I've seen people use dropping on people. They usually go for DPS, just kill a target and run and get out before help shows up. So, but interesting changes. It adds an interesting dimension, because it didn't take away anything from the Sin. It just gave them another thing they can do. So that's pretty cool. There's also a very interesting one, because CCP kind of added a bit of the racial flavor, a bit more to each one. So obviously it's Glenty gave them a drone logistics bonus for the drone stuff, which is kind of interesting for this Sin. But for the Amar over here, this is the Redeemer. I'm going to take a look at it as well, because the Armageddon hull is pretty cool. They added a bunch to it, because apparently it wasn't very popular, from what I understand. But they gave it a DPS increase, so they increased the rate of fire, and they also compensated by giving it a bit more capacitor as well, so you're not draining yourself of cap. But then they added some of a bit more of a racial flavor, the Amar Ewar, which is energy NOS and energy neutralizer bonus as well, which is kind of big, because before you see people drop a Sin on people, they have a bunch of newts on there, but this one has a bonus, so this is even better at what the Sid did already, and also they increased the DPS on this thing. So again, very interesting. And of course, they also rolled in the ship velocity bonus while cloaked into the hull, so that's not a thing you have to level into, really. So overall, it's just good, just just really good stuff for them. So they just need more targets now. So maybe CCP can fix that. But these makes them, in general, just DPS increases. I think they gave the Widow like some hull resistances, which I don't think it had before. But that, if you think about the Widow, and then it has all the torpedo buffs they got in last year, yeah, that'd be a crazy ship to solo it. It might be one of the better ones now. I think the Panther got a bunch of like just turret based like tracking, optimal range, rate of fire. So in general, I think these are all very positive. So I'm kind of excited to see what they do with it. Now interesting. Now all those are just like balancing changes, like adding E-War to them or adding a bit more DPS. But they also added an interesting thing, which I think they call a group jump at some point earlier in the week, but they changed it. So take a look at it. I think I saw it in the attributes. Where is it? Here we go. Conduit jump consumption amount. So that's the amount of fuel. This canoe kind of jumping will be called conduit jumping. Before they called it group jumping. I think conduit probably sounds cooler. But they also have the amount here too. So conduit jump passenger count 30. Before it used to be 10. So now that what it is now is that they can kind of do a group jump now, where the Black Ops ship jumps somewhere and it take a certain amount of people with it. So I went from 10 to 30. So you can carry along with you in your Covert Ops jump 30 other people now, which for a fixed cost of fuel. And from what I understand, there were certain people were talking on podcasts saying it wouldn't be very useful. Well, I'm not sure now. Before it was 10, maybe 30 is more useful, but it wouldn't be useful for like actual jumping at a target. And they say more for extraction. So I don't know. Every time I've heard it said 10, but it says 30 now. So that's way more people. Again, very interesting. But that's a whole new mechanic they added to the actual ship now. A bit more. It feels like a bit more immediate to jump them all at once, including this ship though. Before you can bridge them, I think too in these. This ship doesn't have to go into combat. The group jumping has to go into combat though, so you're risking this ship, but also carrying 30 friends to kill the target. So, again, very cool, very cool changes. And if they fix the target problem, having more targets to shoot at, then maybe more people will use them. But in general, that seems like really positive stuff. Pretty interesting. And if this new conduit jump gets popular and people like using it, that means more of these get risked too, right? People are going to make mistakes, dropping on bait, you get baited on a free Vexor, and then you lose a Redeemer. So I think cool stuff all around. I don't know if I might look more into it. Maybe let's see what Brave does with them. I'm kind of interested. It seems like a cool idea. It's a lot of isk to risk though, and the ship is kind of, compared to other battleships, it's not very tanky. So I don't know. Okay, but let's move on to the Covert Ops frigates. We have two over here. Oh, I kind of parked it really close to this to this buzzard. Okay, we'll just board into that one. Hey, come on. Board. There we go. Yeah, it's really close to that Redeemer. But they changed all these as well now. So, some broad strokes, what they did, they stripped them. All the Covert Ops frigates, they stripped them all of combat bonuses. Which I had mixed feelings over. Because Helios, I did enjoy its one mighty drone. It still has the mighty drone. Not mighty. It has a drone, but way less mighty, obviously. So I was kind of down about that. And I've come up... I feel a little better now after going through some fits. But this is this buzzard here is a bit more standard. I didn't try to do anything silly with it, like try to get myself killed. But since they gave the Helios an extra high slot, which makes it a bit more versatile, they gave the other ones another low slot. So down here you see before you had 2, now it's 3. So in general, it does give it a bit more versatility in general. And so if you had a ship before like this, you can have your pure exploration, relic, data analyzer, You can have your rangefinder arrays on here, and down here now you can add your warp core stabilizer and two other ones. I put nanostructures just to get better alignment and better, but more speed. And overall, it's a better exploration ship. And since they took out the bonus for combat, which wasn't very well used, to be honest, they added some new bonuses. So we'll take a look here. These are all the same. They didn't change these ones up here. But if you go down here, you'll see they added a 5% bonus to core and combat scanner deviation. So when you're trying to explore and trying to scan a signature down, the deviation you get sometimes is it can be in one spot or another, and if your scan deviation skill's low, if that variability goes up on not getting exactly where it is or closer to where it is, and being in this cloud instead where you have to kind of scan down a little more. So in general, if you have up to 5, which I think you do for, I think it's 5 you need to get to fly a Tech 2 exploration frigate. It makes exploration a little bit easier now. So less, and if you pair it up with, I have 2 range finding arrays here, but if you have the module that helps reduce scan deviation even more, then you don't have to do as much extra scanning, scan runs on a single signature, because you're going to get closer to that actual location quicker. So in general, if you're explorer, it's pretty cool. They also added this bonus, which I'm not sure exactly how super useful it is. I've only encountered, Thera was the most notable, and like a handful of systems in game where the capacitor is an issue, which is, again, the capacitor for all exploration T2 exploration frigates is tiny, like very low. So I guess it's useful in general. I guess maybe if you're getting neutered out and you gotta warp or something, but usually by then they're like scamming and stuff. I guess so I'm not sure that's help, but I guess it might help. But that seems less useful. But again, more useful than the combat bonuses, because most of the time people didn't use it. So I guess in general, it is more useful. And so with this fit, I came up with a pretty exploration-y fit. But on the other side of this, my Helios, actually I thought was dead when I first read the dev blog. I think I can still do my silly shenanigans in it. Actually a little better now. Before I got 40, maybe 60 DPS at most. But with some finagling now, hey, stay over there, you. He's eyeing me up. With some finagling now, I get a 98.7 DPS. So now, with that high slot they gave me, which they said, you should probably put a interdiction nullifier on. I'm never using that stuff. Not going to happen. I put a blaster in there instead. Okay? I'm putting a blaster. I put the lows full of magnetic field stabilizers. I have my 2 scrams now. And I have my exploration stuff I really want to. So I actually made my little Hunter Helios even better at its job. Which I'm pretty excited for. Way more excited than I should be, because this is silly. I'm going to lose this thing so many times. Now, if I overheat it, I get 110.6 DPS. That's including... I still get a drone, but it's just less good. So I do get a drone, and altogether 110 DPS. And, well, no. But you know what? Hold on. Let me try something stupid real quick. This is a mistake, but it's okay. It's okay. Yeah, let's do that. I'm just curious. I'm not going to do it, I swear. Let's say 133 DPS. I just had no resist at all. I'm so literally made of tissue paper. I actually might try that. That looks like a lot of fun. 133 DPS 0.4 if I go polarized. That might be worth it. That might be fun. And to make this even a little better, they gave now two covert op frigates got the scan deviation decrease bonus, or increase. I'm not sure if it goes up or down. But the other 2, meaning the Cheetah and the Helios, got a different bonus instead. They got a 5% bonus to ship velocity when using cloaks. So I actually go a little bit faster while cloaked in this ship now, which makes it very useful when trying to sneak up on somebody. So I know they had bugs on Sisi. We're trying to see this, but let's see if it works now. Let's turn this off. What's my base speed? 412. Oh, no, it went up. 515. So I do go a little bit faster now with that, which is actually pretty cool. Actually, I was kind of curious. I saw this before. Oh, let's see here. No, let's click on this. Show info. I saw something interesting. Not that. See, I actually never noticed before. I don't know if it's new or not. When you click on your info on your ship, an active ship, and you go through all the, when it's green or red, it shows like it's been changed because of something. It actually tells you what's changing it now, which I didn't notice before. I'm not sure how new that is, but that's really cool. So like they're showing my inertial modifier, evasive maneuvering, spaceship command is action dominant. For new players, that's pretty big. I actually have no idea what's changing these for the longest time when I first started. Hull upgrades, the shield management, again shield operation, brought that recharge rate to be a little faster. What's this? So the skill capacitor manager brought it up, but then the compact micro warp drive brought it down. That's really cool. Great information. Okay. Your long range targeting. Just great. This information would have been so useful when I first started. Navigation. Very cool. Very cool. I don't know if it's a new thing or not. I haven't noticed it. But that's really cool. So I think in general, even though at first I thought they finally killed my little hunter helios, but they made it better. So now I get more DPS out of this thing. I can still put my 2 scrams on it like I like to do. So I don't have to buy an expensive... well, now you have to put 2 scrams now, because if you want to take down a venture, if they have one... If they have one, though, that gives them 4. I don't think I actually catch them. I have to literally just kill them before they warp off. But everything else, if they have a warp core stab, you either have to have a point or a scram, or 2 scrams, or an expensive one of these. But this, since the Helios has 5 high slots, I can put 2 scrams, save money, and to keep my exploration stuff without having to refit. So I'm happy that they didn't kill off my extremely peaceful explorer. And this way I can still hunt other exploration ships with my one mighty polarized light neutron blaster. But I think in general these are good changes, and I'm kind of excited for them. In general, I think it's pretty cool. I'm not sure if when it comes to the Black Ops ships, though, that CCP can fix lack of targets very well, though. It's kind of unfortunate, because I think the changes are really good, but every time people talked about them, they talked about the fact, well, they were great, but I can't find anybody. It's like it feels like they fixed something or made something better, but they highlighted how bad something else is that it needs for it to work, which is unfortunate. So I'm hoping. I know it's summer. I know the activity goes down, but I think partially it's also scarcity. So hopefully CCP can get that fixed. But in general, I think I'm pretty happy, pretty excited. Hopefully I can kill someone with this, but I'll probably die several times. I think the polarized is too far. I think I should be happy with the 110 DPS I get. It may not be worth it. It's not worth it, I don't think, right? I might shoot it anyway. But that's the video, guys. Tell me what you think. Yes, I'm mixing a simulation. Tell me what you think about the changes. I'm generally positive on them, but tell me what you think, and comment below. But that's the end of the video, guys. Thanks for watching. Like the video, of course, leave a like. Like the content, of course, subscribe, and fly safe. Oh, fly brave. Bye.